Hello, fans. I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you support the team and haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so. We are aiming to reach a total of 22,000 subscribers, and your support would make a huge difference. Over the weekend, the team played a series against the Pittsburgh Pirates and came out victorious. Although they couldn't complete the sweep, what really matters is that they won the series. They performed really well, scoring 9 runs in the first game and 10 in the second, totaling 19 runs across the 2 games. However, in Sunday's game, they scored 4 runs but ended up losing in extra innings. Despite this setback, the series win is what truly counts. Today, the team faced the Detroit Tigers but did not perform convincingly, losing 6-2. Carlos Rodon has had 2 underwhelming performances in a row. In his last game at the stadium, he allowed 4 earned runs and issued 4 walks. Today, he pitched for 6 innings, giving up 5 earned runs and 3 walks, which is far from satisfactory. It is clear that he needs to improve his performance. Some fans mentioned that the weather during his last game at the stadium wasn't ideal due to rain. However, today, it was snowing, and the opposing pitcher delivered an exceptional performance for the Tigers, throwing 6 innings and allowing only 1 run, while striking out 6 and walking 3. The weather did not affect his performance, so it was not a valid excuse. The weather was indeed cold, which is why the game time was adjusted, but Rodon is earning a substantial salary of $27 million and needs to perform at a higher level. In his previous outing, he recovered after a few tough innings, which was a positive sign. Unfortunately, today he struggled again, particularly in the 3rd and 5th innings, leading to a disappointing performance. He needs to elevate his game, especially considering his hefty salary as one of the team's top pitchers. It's worth mentioning that he did recover after facing some tough innings, which is a positive indicator. However, today he faced difficulties in the 3rd and 5th innings. Overall, it was a tough day, and he definitely needs to improve. His salary is high, around $27 million, and it's essential that his performance reflects that. Now, let's talk about some positive news, as there's not much to say when the team faces a loss. I'm not here to criticize. Instead, let's focus on some interesting developments. The team has the opportunity to win the next 2 games in Detroit and take the series, which would be great. There's an impressive story about a player who had a remarkable performance. He managed a hit in 4 attempts today, bringing his batting average down to .423. Over the weekend, he had a multi-home run game against the Pirates and performed well yesterday, going 2 for 5 in extra innings. On Saturday, he hit 2 home runs against Pittsburgh and 1 for 3 on Friday. On Thursday, he had a solid performance, going 3 for 4. This player really stood out with a batting average of .423. I've mentioned before that if he had about 500 at-bats last year, he could have been on pace to hit 27 home runs. He managed 9 in just over 100 attempts, and some people thought I was exaggerating when I said that. He already has 3 home runs this season. When this player is in a good streak, he can be truly exceptional. Sometimes he can be a bit inconsistent, but he undeniably has the potential to shine. I don't expect him to maintain such a high batting average, as that's unrealistic. However, I believe he can put up impressive power numbers. If he gets the right number of at-bats, I can see him hitting 20 home runs. He has reached that mark in the past when he was a regular player, and he could repeat that performance on this team. So far, he has been excellent and complements his Gold Glove defense well. Here's an interesting statistic. A player had a WAR of 0.6 last year, while the highlighted player after the series against Pittsburgh has a WAR of 0.7. He's already had a more productive season than the other player had throughout the entire last year, which is quite impressive. While we're discussing this player and his exceptional season, we can't overlook another notable performance. He's already hit 6 home runs this year, with a batting average of .324, 17 RBIs, and an OPS of 13.10. He's one of the league leaders in home runs and RBIs. Although his most recent results haven't been as expected, it's natural for a player not to maintain a high level of performance continuously. If he continues at this pace, he might even surpass his previous marks. What we've seen so far is promising, especially given the challenges of the past year. April has been exceptional, and it's expected that he will maintain this good form, promising an exciting spectacle throughout the season. Additionally, an athlete who returned to his former team had an interesting situation. After being waived, instead of accepting a move to the minor leagues, he decided to become a free agent, and just a few hours later, he was re-signed. His performance after returning was intriguing, even if it didn't exactly meet expectations, but his presence on the team is a positive factor. The scenario he finds himself in is peculiar, and this dynamic of waivers and renunciations is part of the game. Regarding another player, it's remarkable how opinions on his performance vary. The start of this season has shown great potential, and many would argue that he has everything to become an all-star. Despite some criticism of his numbers, it's essential to consider the context and prior information that highlights his capability. Expectations for him were high, and his first 2 seasons in the majors didn't meet some people's expectations. However, the minor league data shows significant talent, and it's important not to limit him to a specific category. Performance comparisons can be misleading, and while his stats have shown improvement, it's important to emphasize that consistent performance is crucial for recognition. This season, he started with a .297 batting average for home runs and 12 RBIs. While it's not expected that he will maintain this average, it's believed that he can continue to show his power at the plate. Projections for his season indicate a .260 average, with a solid amount of home runs and an OPS. The potential is evident, and the statistics speak for themselves. He has had previous seasons where he shined, proving that he is capable of being a standout player in terms of both power and average. His ability as a shortstop should also be recognized. Furthermore, it's worth mentioning other athletes who have stood out, such as an exceptional first baseman who brought stability to his team. Another player, regardless of position, has always stood out, showing exceptional skills on the field. The interaction with the audience is always rewarding, and it's interesting to hear the different opinions about these athletes. I appreciate everyone's attention. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. Could the New York Yankees be on the verge of landing one of Major League Baseball's most electrifying young talents? Rumors are swirling, sending waves of excitement through the baseball world. Gunnar Henderson, the dynamic shortstop and third baseman for the Baltimore Orioles, has reportedly caught the eye of the Yankees, and the possibility of him wearing the famed pinstripes has fans and analysts alike buzzing with anticipation. Henderson's rise has been nothing short of meteoric. From winning the 2023 American League Rookie of the Year award to earning a spot in the 2024 All-Star Game, he has solidified himself as one of the brightest stars in the game. His combination of power and speed, as seen in his record-breaking performances at Camden Yards, has left many wondering just how much better he could become in the right environment. For the Yankees, a team in search of a fresh burst of energy and talent, Henderson could be the perfect fit. The prospect of adding a player of Henderson's caliber to the Yankees lineup is tantalizing. His offensive numbers are already remarkable: 28 home runs and 82 RBIs in 2023, a .291 batting average to kick off 2024, and a reputation for clutch performances in high-pressure moments. But it's not just his bat that makes him an appealing addition. His defensive versatility, capable of handling both shortstop and third base with ease, adds another layer of value. For a team like the Yankees, whose roster often revolves around versatile players, Henderson could be a game-changer. Despite the Orioles' efforts to keep their young star, the lure of playing for the Yankees, arguably the most iconic franchise in MLB history, could prove irresistible. The Yankees have a rich history of making blockbuster moves, and the potential acquisition of Henderson would mark another chapter in their quest for championship glory. Could this be the move that propels them back to the top of the MLB mountain? Only time will tell, but the mere thought of Henderson joining forces with the likes of Aaron Judge and Garrett Cole has fans dreaming of a future filled with greatness. As the trade rumors continue to evolve, one thing is certain: the baseball world is on edge, eagerly awaiting any official word on Henderson's future. Whether he stays with the Orioles or heads to the Bronx, his trajectory suggests that baseball fans are witnessing the rise of a superstar, a player who will redefine what it means to be a star in the league. And for the Yankees, the question remains, will they be the team to bring this remarkable talent to New York? That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.